So, welcome in one of the home theater room audio trains, in which I want to show you and explain you how fine and how convenient two of our baby spheres are. Either you want to do a stereo system, a multi-way system, or a combination of both. The first one is IO2 that we've been developing some years ago, where we have three versions of this. We have a floor standing version, we have an on-wall version, which is also a bookshelf version. This is EL3, the baby sister of IO2, but the principle is the same. I'll come back on this. And then for both of the products we also have an in-ceiling version. So the same technology, same drivers in three different versions. This one, of course, you can tilt it the way you want. Either you are using here as main speakers or need them for Atmos. You can go in any direction. We even have, if you want for ceiling versions, the same equipment, same tweeter, and same type of dual cell diaphragm, which is a high-tech diaphragm, in the Archipel series. So you can also use the same type of tweeter and unit for flush mounting for the truly in-ceiling integration for Atmos mainly. As I say, the old version and bookshelf version is very easy to set up. You just need to drill a hole in the wall and have it this way. You can turn the cable one way or the other, and then you have a special little plate with a Cabasse logo to make it look nicer. And that's the way you're going to use it on the shelf. And you can, of course, swivel it exactly the way you want. Specifically, this goes down 220 Hz, so we need a subwoofer to cover the lower frequencies. And the specific woofers we've been designing has to be musical and has to be strong enough and powerful enough for home theater, have special specifications, so you can have different ways of setting up the system. Here on this sub we have the high level inputs. It means the loudspeaker inputs and outputs that give you the possibility to use it with any stereo amplifier for stereo use as a 2.1 system. That's why you have here the possibility to adjust the frequency, the low pass frequency for the subwoofer, to match by 120 with the IO2, by 140 with the old system. Then you have, of course, other possibilities with an LFE. So if you wish to have a true and only home theater system, you use the LFE input and can do all the settings on the receiver. If you do so, my advice is get the frequency here to the maximum. Even though you will roll off at 120 on the receiver, if you do this on both, you will double it, and then you're going to create some phase shifts. So when pure home theater, everything, all the setups from the receiver, and here we go to the maximum. If you wish to have a system that will work for 2.1 use and multi-channel. You can also wire here as a 2.1 for left and right. Then in the setup menu of the receiver, put it as a large. Set up the other IO2s, same if you use the allo-free system, of course, or even if you combine, and set it on 120 for the AL, 140 or 50 for the AL free, and use this RCA input. You can really combine both. It means that then on one of the receiver, you will go for stereo, or you want to play a vinyl or whatever, you can go for direct, and then the receiver will consider it as a 2.0 system, and it will work that way. When you do so, then you have to adjust the volume here to be at its best for the 2.1 solution. When you wire it here for stereo, and the final adjustment on the subwoofer, on the receiver, sorry, to make the LFE level and the level for the surround speakers. That's the solution I'm using all, and it's not a joke. IO2 is one of my favorite speakers. Regarding the size, you will be amazed by the possibilities, dynamic possibilities, and power handling. To let you know, IO2s are being used in the recording studios on one of the largest European pay TV, where they use it for the 5.1 control. They need small speakers because they have a lot of screens. They want to have a perfect, stable soundstage and to have several people being able to work in the same room together. And IO2 is a tool for this. It's good for studios, but it's also very nice for home use.